3 gunmen, a hail of bullets, and a high-rise in the heart of Istanbul. This week, the building housing the Israeli Consulate became a battlefield. But here is the irony. The target was a ghost. The office has been empty for 2.5 years. While Turkish police neutralized the attackers and 2 officers were wounded, the real story is the intent. In a region on the brink of a larger war, a rental car from Izmit just drove a message of terror right into the gates of diplomacy. Levant, Istanbul, an afternoon transformed by the staccato of automatic rifles. 3 gunmen, armed with long-barreled weapons and wearing backpacks, opened fire on a police checkpoint outside the building housing the Israeli Consulate. The response from Turkish security forces was swift and lethal. By the time the smoke cleared, 1 attacker laid dead, 2 were wounded and in custody, and 2 police officers were being rushed to medical care. With the consulate largely unstaffed due to ongoing regional tensions, the question isn't just about who was inside, but what kind of message these attackers were trying to send to the world. The quiet rhythm of Istanbul's business district was violently broken at precisely 12:15 p.m. The initial volleys of gunfire echoed through the high rises, shattering the midday silence and instantly transforming a routine day into a scene of high-stakes terror. The assailants arrived with an unsettling degree of preparation. Witnesses detailed the moment a silver rental car, later determined to have made 100-kilometer journey from Izmit specifically for this operation, pulled up near the prominent Yapı Kredi Plaza. 3 men, devoid of any visible political insignia or protest signs, emerged. They were equipped not with placards, but with rifles and military-style camouflage gear. Their movements were chillingly efficient, described by observers and captured on initial security footage with a clinical precision. This highly organized execution immediately drew comparisons in local media to the devastating, well-coordinated ISIL-style tactics that have plagued the region in the past. The confrontation was swift and brutal. Video evidence captured one of the attackers ducking behind a parked bus, engaging in a direct firefight with a Turkish police officer. The officer, initially falling to the ground under the barrage, demonstrated heroic presence of mind rolling behind a nearby tree to seek cover and return fire, a crucial moment that potentially averted further casualties. The immediate question that arose was, why this target? The Israeli consulate itself has been functionally vacant for almost 2 years, mothballed after the rapidly deteriorating security climate made its continued operation untenable. Yet, despite its physical vacancy, the building remains a potent and incendiary symbol of a deep geopolitical divide. It is a stark reminder of the fragile and often antagonistic relationship between Ankara and Jerusalem. Turkish authorities were swift in their response. Interim Minister Mustafa Çiftçi wasted no time in identifying and commenting on the perpetrators. The minister noted that at least one of the attackers had verifiable links to an organization that exploits religion, a carefully chosen phrase frequently employed by the government to designate and condemn extremist ideologically driven networks like ISIL or Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. This attack stands in sharp contrast with Turkey's past experience with domestic terror. While the nation has endured its share of political and separatist violence, the calculated nature, target choice, and professionalism of this assault felt distinct. Analysts and officials alike are interpreting the incident as a highly provocative act, potentially designed to drag Ankara directly into the ongoing US-Israeli conflict with Iran, leveraging Turkish soil as a battlefield for regional proxy warfare. The immediate impact on the local community was a wave of high-alert trauma. Major roads were instantly blocked and sealed off. The area surrounding the consulate became a forensic landscape, with teams in stark white suits meticulously combing the asphalt for evidence. For a nation that has often prided itself on being a relatively stable diplomatic mediator in a volatile region, the event momentarily punctured the veneer of safety. In a rare moment of public alignment, Israeli officials praised the swift action of the Turkish police. This endorsement signals a crucial, if fleeting, alignment between 2 nations that have otherwise been locked in months of diplomatic loggerheads, the relationship defined by tension and mutual suspension. As the late-day sun began to descend over the waters of the Bosphorus, the focus of the investigation narrowed dramatically. Authorities are now intensely questioning the two brothers currently in custody, identified as Onur and Ines C. The central unanswered question remains, was this a meticulously planned but ultimately lone wolf operation, a localized expression of extremist ideology? Or more ominously, was it the first tremor of a new and organized terror wave, signaling a dangerous escalation in a regional conflict being played out on Turkish streets? The recent Istanbul shootout serves as a chilling and sobering reminder that when deeply entrenched regional tensions and geopolitical pressures finally boil over, the ensuing instability and violence can, and often do, escape their expected geographical confines, manifesting in the most unexpected and seemingly unrelated places. The choice of target by the attackers, a building that was reportedly all but empty at the time of the assault, was a deliberate, calculated move. It prioritized a potent symbolism over the infliction of mass casualties, a strategy designed to maximize psychological impact. However, in executing this symbolic strike, the attackers achieved a far more insidious and damaging outcome. They directly wounded the very sense of civic security, stability, and normalcy that the metropolis of Istanbul has meticulously fought so hard and for so long to cultivate and maintain. While the immediate terrifying sound of gunfire has gone silent and the tactical phase of the attack has concluded, the broader, more damaging diplomatic fallout from this incident is only just beginning to unfold. Is this an isolated act of extremism, or a sign that the safe zone of Turkey is no longer off limits for regional proxy wars? Share your thoughts below.